Great Britain always faces into the room.
Sir,
I have no desire to stare at the Pacific Ocean. I told you when you were first employed that the arrangement of this room was not to be disturbed.
is there anything else, sir?
Yes, my shaving water this morning was 112 degrees Fahrenheit. You are well aware that I require my shaving water to be heated 115 degrees Fahrenheit.
Will that be all, sir?
Yes, your employment is terminated forthwith.
Sir, you will require me to work out my notice.
That will not be necessary. I have contacted the agency, and if I am not much mistaken, they have already sent a replacement.
Yes.
Mr. Fogg, it is indeed a pleasure to meet you. Jean Passepartout, at your service. I hope. The agency said to come straight here.
Mr. Fogg is in the morning room.
Pardon, I am a fool. You work here.
Not any longer. Good luck. You'll need it.
What?
You're aware of my terms.
Oui, yes, very generous.
What time do you make it?
11:27.
Your watch is 2 minutes slow.
Impossible.
It is of no consequence. What matters is to note the difference. So, starting from this moment, 11:29 a.m. on Wednesday the 2nd of October, 1872, you are in my employ.
Why, thank you.
You will note that on Wednesdays, I leave for the Reform Club at 11:30 precisely.
But, sir, don't you want my references? But, Mr. Fogg?
Excuse me.
1 minute.
I said, excuse me.
Sir, I have an important entry to make. Someone has just deposited £50,000, as you can see.
I wish to make a withdrawal. Now.
Really, sir? And how much would that be for? 10 guineas?
No, £50,000.
By George, he's late. What do you make the time, Flanagan?
11:46. Extraordinary. Phileas Fogg is late.
Put the money in the bag. I shan't need a receipt.
Stop, thief! Stop! Thief! Remarkable.
Gentlemen.
Make a note of it, Flanagan. Wednesday the 2nd of October. Phileas Fogg was 26 minutes late.
All obstructions in this world can be overcome, but not the vagaries of the London traffic. Cards, gentlemen.
Have you heard the news? £50,000 stolen.
Calm down, man.
The Bank of England has been robbed.
What? I must get down there immediately. I am a governor, after all.
Rest easy. The police are everywhere. The streets are totally blocked.
A thief and a blackguard.
No, sir. The thief was a gentleman. Distinguished by the sound of it.
Then you can say goodbye to your £50,000, Ralph, old chap. An experienced operator will be out of the country by nightfall, and then there'll be no catching him.
I fear you're right. The world is a big place, certainly.
It used to be.
The planet cannot shrink, Fogg.
A century ago, it would take a man years to circumnavigate the globe.
I say.
Today, I could go around the world in 80 days.
You are surely joking, Fogg.
Of course not. Now that the Great Indian Peninsula Railway is open,
I would wager £10,000 that such a journey is utterly impossible.
I will wager £25,000 that I can carry out a tour of the world in 80 days or less.
Oh, now you really are joking.
An Englishman never jokes about a bet.
Starting when?
Starting now. The time is 15 minutes past 12 o'clock. I shall return to this very room before 12:15 on Saturday, the 21st of December, 1872.
Think what you're saying, Fogg. You're virtually giving us the money.
Are you men enough for this wager? Will you meet my terms?
Around the world in 80 days?
£25,000?
Agreed.
Ah, this is perfect. The man's a machine. The man of habit. Oh, no job could be easier. Ooh. Oh, les allumettes. Ah, that's better. Very cozy.
Passepartout.
What?
Passepartout.
Oh, sir, I wasn't expecting you.
Back immediately. We're leaving in 10 minutes.
Really? Where are we going?
Around the world. 80 days.
I'll get the trunk.
No trunk. Just this overnight bag. 2 woolen shirts and 3 pairs of stockings. Underwear, 1 clean set. Same for you. Bring my Macintosh and traveling rug. Wear stout shoes. Yes, sir. Oh, and Passepartout. Get dressed.
But this will never last for 80 days?
We'll buy things on the way. Cabby, put this in the bag.
What is it?
£25,000.
Oh,
Take care of it.
it is a fortune!
Half my entire fortune, to be precise. The other half is wagered on this venture. Cabby, hurry. Boat train leaves in 5 minutes. Hold aboard! Perhaps, Passepartout, this kind of adventure is beyond your experience as a manservant.
But, monsieur, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't have any experience.
What?
I was a circus acrobat before. This is my first job as a manservant. So, now you know the truth. Am I dismissed?
It's too late for that. Our journey around the world has begun.
Oh no! Mon Dieu!
What is it, Passepartout?
I have left the gas on in my room.
A reward?
Yes, sir. £2,000 plus 5% of whatever is recovered.
5% of £50,000? I could retire on that. Come on, Sergeant, tell me what this evil-looking bank-robbing rogue looks like.
Well, he looks rather like an honest sort of chap to me.
Give it to me, you idiot. Great thieves always look like honest men. Men with criminal faces have to go straight. Otherwise, they'd always be getting themselves arrested. Now, honest faces are the ones you've got to take a special look at.
What is it, Inspector?
Come on, Cowley, I think we've got our man.
Don't be ridiculous, Inspector Fix. I can't just arrest a man because he looks like your little picture. You'll need more than that, sir.
We should have men scouring Suez right now. He'll be heading for the French colonies. The one thing I'm sure of is that he'll be making his break for the desert right now.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Phileas Fogg, from London.
Phileas Fogg.
My ship leaves for Bombay in half an hour. I require you to stamp my passport.
Well, if you're going to British India, Mr. Fogg, then I don't need to stamp your passport.
I need to prove that I've passed through Suez.
Very well. And your servant?
Don't worry about him. He's French.
Hello.
That'll be 5 guineas.
Passepartout?
Sir. Thank you.
No, sir. Thank you, and good day.
You let him go. What on earth do you think you're playing at? Didn't you see the money?
He seems perfectly honest. Why on earth would a criminal masterbrain come and get his passport stamped?
Precisely to put gullible fools like yourself off his scent.
Well, really?
Sergeant, take this down. I need to send a telegram to London immediately.
Sir?
To the Commissioner of Scotland Yard, stop. Tailing bank robber Phileas Fogg, stop. Send arrest warrant soonest Bombay, stop.
Bombay?
Yes. I'm not letting Mr. Phileas Fogg out of my sight.
Insane bet! Read all about it! Read all about it!
Extra, extra! Phileas Fogg steals thousands! Detective in ocean chase!
Phileas Fogg was late that day, and that's evidence enough for me.
Around the world in 80 days. Pah! Ridiculous idea.
Strange fish, that Fogg. I wonder what den of iniquity he's hiding out in now.
Are you sure you won't have any food, Mr.
Fix. No, nothing.
Suit yourself.
So you say that Mr. Fogg is going round the world?
Yes, in 80 days. He says it is some kind of wager, but between you and me, I don't believe a word of it. The idea is totally preposterous. What a waste of £25,000. And he has brought another 25,000 with him in crisp new banknotes.
That's £50,000.
But, Mr. Fix, that is not the worst thing about the whole business.
Ah? Tell me.
No, something truly terrible has happened.
I promise I won't breathe a word.
Come closer. I have left the gas on in my room.
We're 2 days ahead of schedule, Passepartout. There's no time to lose. Meet me at Bombay Station in 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean there's no warrant?
It hasn't arrived.
Well, can't you arrest him? Put him in the cells until the warrant arrives.
This is a matter for the Metropolitan Police. Without a warrant from them, I am powerless unless he commits a crime on Indian soil.
Confound it.
Tea?
I never thought I should see such things. Oh, c'est magnifique.
What do you think you are doing? This is a holy place. You walk in here with your big shoes on, desecrating a temple. Don't you know the law? Even the British show us more respect than this.
What are you doing? Help! No, you're tickling. Let me go.
Oh, let him go.
Okay. And good riddance to you. You should be thrown into prison for your disrespect.
Passepartout, this will not do.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
No, your timekeeping is precise. It's your lack of footwear I disapprove of.
Excuse me, Sahib. Perhaps I can interest Sahib in these.
Extra! Fog arrives in Bombay 2 days ahead of schedule. Police are closing in.
What's the matter?
My watch is 5 hours slow. According to this, it is 3 in the morning.
You're still on London time, Passepartout. As we travel eastwards around the world, we catch up with the sun, so to speak. You'll have to adjust your watch.
Me? Interfere with this watch? Never. It belonged to my great-grandfather.
And it will not agree with the sun.
Then that is the sun's hard luck.
We seem to be stopping.
What do you mean they're still building it?
The railway is not finished. You'll have to find your own way to Allahabad. It's only 50 miles.
Through dense jungle? Mr. Fogg, you are ruined.
All obstructions in this world can be overcome. Our boat doesn't leave Calcutta for 3 days.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
We don't need any more slippers, thank you.
No, this is something altogether more useful and more expensive.
Oh, this has to be a joke. Sure you know where you're going?
Oh, yes, Sahib. This shortcut will take many hours off our journey!
I never did like elephants.
Quiet, Passepartout.
Yes, something frightened him.
I'm not sure I want to find out.
Passepartout, follow me.
What is it? Look. Oh, dear. What is that?
Kali, the goddess of love and death.
Death, perhaps. But love? Never.
Suti, the woman is to be burned on the funeral pyre with her dead husband. Her name is Aouda. They will light the fire at dawn.
We must save her.
Sir, I don't know what to say. I didn't realize you had such a heart.
Only when I have the time, Passepartout. We have precisely 12 hours. Look, this stone is loose.
Help me.
They've drugged her.
She's doomed.
If we can get some more of these stones out, then perhaps we can rescue the girl. Quick! A guard!
Huh?
There is no hope. We cannot possibly get to her.
Come. There must be another way into this place. Nothing. This place is impregnable.
Shh. Look, it is nearly dawn.
Perhaps we can do something when they bring her out of the temple. Passepartout, you and I can... Passepartout? Where is he?
I do not know.
Damn him, the coward. I should never have employed a Frenchman, let alone a circus acrobat.
No! Forgive me, Sahib, but you will surely be killed.
Damn that Passepartout!
We've been tricked!
Well done, Passepartout.
Quick, run! Follow me!
You are safe, madam. This brave Frenchman rescued you from the jaws of death.
It is not worth mentioning.
My clothes.
I took the liberty, madame, of buying you a new wardrobe in Allahabad.
We'll be in Calcutta in an hour. You have relatives you can stay with there?
No. They will hunt me down. They will never rest until the Sutti is fulfilled. Oh.
Shh. Please, you're not safe in India. You may come with us. Leave for Hong Kong at noon.
But, sir...
Master?
Mr. Phileas Fogg?
Yes?
And this is your manservant Passepartout?
Yes? What of it?
You are both under arrest.
Phileas Fogg and Passepartout, you are charged with violating a place consecrated by the Brahmin religion.
Do you understand this charge of desecration?
Yes, sir. And I confess.
Mr. Fogg.
Ah, so you confess.
Or do they confess to trying to burn this beautiful young woman alive?
What is this desecrator saying now? Now he is accusing us of being barbarians. What are you talking about, man? That kind of thing doesn't go on in Bombay.
Bombay? What are you talking about?
Exhibit number 1. The desecrator's footwear.
Oh, my shoes.
Are the facts admitted?
This is an outrage.
Yes, they are.
But, sir...
British law has a duty of protecting all religions of the peoples of India equally and rigorously. Mr. Passepartout, you stand convicted of having violated the floor of the Malabar Hill Temple in Bombay with a sacrilegious foot. I sentence you to 2 weeks' detention at Her Majesty's pleasure.
Leave me, Mr. Fogg. You will still make it in time to the boat.
Silence in court.
And inasmuch as the master may be held responsible for the deeds of his servant, I hereby sentence Phileas Fogg to 7 days' imprisonment. Take them down.
Oh, sir, we're ruined. And all because of my shoes.
And I will do very nicely out of my reward, once the warrant arrives.
I wish to offer bail.
You are entitled to do so, but I will fix a sum of bail at £1,000 each.
I'll pay. Passepartout, give the judge £2,000.
But if you break bail, you will never see that £2,000 again.
Faster, driver.
Yes, Sahib.
You were saying, Passepartout.
Confound the man. £2,000 thrown away.
Are you coming aboard, sir?
Yes. I'll tail you to the ends of the earth, Phileas Fogg.
What?
Fog in Calcutta shock October 25th. He's on course and the odds are climbing higher and higher. Read all about it.
You have any relatives in Hong Kong, Mrs. Aouda?
My cousin Jija used to live there, but I believe he went to Holland some years ago.
Passepartout?
Sir.
As soon as we get to Hong Kong, I want you to book 3 cabins on board the Carnatic. Sail for San Francisco in the morning.
What do you mean she's sailing tonight?
Oh, we were only waiting for repairs to be completed. These are now finished, and so the Carnatic will sail for San Francisco at midnight, 6 hours ahead of schedule.
Excellent. My master will be delighted. I will go and tell him straight away.
Mr. Passepartout, what an amazing coincidence.
Mr. Fix? But surely you were going no further than Bombay.
Let me buy you a drink.
No, sir, I cannot. You see, I have to tell my master that the ship is leaving early and...
Mr. Passepartout, I insist.
Cheers, my dear. Now, I really must be going, because if I don't get to Mr. Fogg very soon...
He will miss the boat.
Miss the boat.
One more drink, I absolutely insist. Meeting up like this is a cause for celebration.
Is it, Mr. Fix? You think I haven't rumbled your little trick?
What trick?
I know who you are.
You do?
Yes, you're a spy that the gentlemen at the Reform Club have put on our trail to try and prove that Mr. Phileas Fogg is a cheat. But not content with that. Now, you think you can detain me here so that my master misses the boat? Well, think again, Mr. Spy. Ha!
Wait. You really believe in this bizarre journey around the world, don't you?
Totally. And I think you're gentlemen from the Reform Club better get ready to pay up.
Oh, wait, you're wrong about everything. Bah! Look at this.
You're telling me that Phileas Fogg is a bank robber?
Yes, and I am a police inspector from Scotland Yard.
No, this is nonsense.
Well, what do you actually know about him?
Well, I only started working for him on the day we left. I suppose.
And yet you still dare tell me he's an honest man?
Yes, yes!
So, you want to be arrested as an accomplice, do you?
What do you want me to do?
I'm still waiting for the arrest warrant to come from London, so you must help me keep him here in Hong Kong.
Me? I don't know.
There's a reward. I'll split it with you. £500, Mr. Passepartout.
Never! Mr. Fix, even if what you say is true.
Fogg is the thief, Mr. Passepartout.
Which I deny. Yes, he is English. Cold, perhaps, but he is a good man. Generous, honorable. Betray him? Never.
Well done, Passepartout. Well done.
Kinetic steamship has to get to San Francisco. San Francisco.
It appears to be closed.
But where is the ship?
Trifling detail, madam.
If you miss this connection, then you are surely ruined.
What a confounded nuisance. The Carnatic sailed 6 hours early. Didn't think to tell us, did they? It seems we are both stuck in Hong Kong, with a whole week to wait before the next ship. Fix is the name.
But where is Passepartout?
Ah, a nice dream. Oh! Kinetic. Oh no. Mr. Fogg.
Hello, hello. What have we here? We've never heard of Mr. Phileas Fogg, and as far as we're concerned, you're nothing but a stowaway.
But I booked 3 cabins.
But you didn't pay for them.
Well, I was just on my way back to Mr. Fogg to get the money when...
Yes?
Oh, never mind.
You will have to leave the ship at Yokohama.
Wait. I have to get to San Francisco. Can't I work my passage? I'll do anything. The long noses, strongmen, acrobats, illusionists. You have a circus on board?
Ladies and gentlemen of San Francisco, I give you the world's greatest feat of nasal construction, all the way from Paris, France, Monsieur Passepartout and his human pyramid of long noses.
Mr. Fogg!
I say.
Master, Mrs. Aouda, don't you recognize me? There.
Passepartout!
Goodness, Passepartout, how fortuitous.
You cold English fish on a plate. I thought I had ruined you and lost you forever.
Is that quite enough? Thank you, Passepartout.
But how did you get here?
I simply chartered a little schooner.
Just for yourself? It must have cost a fortune.
Well, public transport can't be relied upon for everything.
Hey, did you miss me?
Of course, Passepartout. But we have a new traveling companion. A charming gentleman. He says he knows you.
Mr. Passepartout?
I ought to drown you, you treacherous English dog.
No. Listen. I'm on the Fogg side now. Do you want... Your masters know how your drunken escort him to miss the boat in Hong Kong.
Passepartout, what on earth are you doing? Unhand Mr. Fix at once.
I am sorry, sir. I thought Mr. Fix was some despicable vermin I had met in Hong Kong. But perhaps I was mistaken.
Think nothing of it, Mr. Passepartout.
Now, if you'll excuse us, I have a train to catch.
Extra! Shock sensation! Fogg is in US, December the 3rd. Read all about it.
The driver's putting on some speed so we can shake him. You just sit tight, lady.
But...
We've lost the driver! Help! Get down! Thank you, Fogg.
There's a sharp bend coming soon. If we can't uncouple the engine, we'll crash into the ravine.
I'll go. You saved my life, Mrs. Aouda.
Just as you saved mine, Passepartout.
Got it.
This is the middle of nowhere.
It's 200 miles to Omaha.
What are we going to do?
I don't think you're going to be able to rent a little sailing ship this time, Mr. Fogg.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Passepartout. Look.
What on earth?
Can I give any of you good folks a lift?
Yee-haw!
We can get to New York by the 11th, and we've got 10 days to get to England.
You missed the view, Mr. Fix.
What's that?
Just a little rocky outcrop. Hold your horses. We're just about to cross the canyon.
Canyon? What canyon?
Bliss Canyon.
China is the fastest of Cunard's steamships. It leaves at 6 o'clock tonight. We will arrive in London with hours to spare.
Oh, no. We must have missed it by minutes.
Oh, Mr. Fogg, I'm so sorry. You are surely ruined now.
Nonsense. This is a dock. It's full of boats. And I have a bag full of money. Come.
I'm going to Bordeaux.
I'll pay you $2,000 if you'll take me to England.
No. But, Captain, the gentleman said $2,000. Hold your tongue, Griffin. Bordeaux is where I'm going.
I'll offer every man on this boat $2,000 each if you'll take me to England.
No.
Let me out. Let me out, you mutinous rats.
Full steam ahead, Mr. Gurney. Full steam ahead.
Yes, sir, Mr. Fogg.
Next stop, England.
Surely you can have no doubts about Mr. Fogg now, Inspector Fix.
No, Passepartout. No doubts at all.
We land at Liverpool this afternoon and catch the night train to London. I shall be able to reach the Reform Club with hours to spare before 12:15.
This is truly wonderful, Mr. Fogg.
Bad news, Mr. Fogg. We're running low on coal.
What?
We never reckoned on crossing the ocean at full steam. Well, not all the way. We've got an hour's steam at the most.
I need to see Captain Speedy.
Pirate!
I want to buy your boat.
What? Not content with barefaced mutiny. Now you want to swindle an honest seafaring man out of his livelihood?
I'll pay you $60,000. Passepartout?
It's a deal. What are your orders, Captain Fogg?
Burn everything.
Aye, aye,
Aye, aye,
Captain.
Ping! up in smoke.
Yes, it's terrible.
Welcome to England, Mrs. Aouda.
Thank you, Mr. Fogg. Now, we must hurry for the train.
Mr. Phileas Fogg.
What is it, Mr. Biggs?
Is your name Phileas Fogg?
Of course it is. What are you talking about?
In the Queen's name, I arrest you.
No news from Fogg. Gamblers lose pay. Read all about it.
Look, it's nearly 12:15.
Mr. Fogg, I am sure that the gentlemen at the Reform Club will understand the special circumstances.
No, Mrs. Aouda. I'm a man of my word. And now, yes, I am ruined.
Good news, Fogg. You're free to go.
What?
We've caught the bank robber. Cunning fellow was trying to skip the country after the news of your arrest got out. Very clever. But, that's not the best of it. This is your old manservant. Dead spit, if you ask me. To think, there was I chasing you round the world when he was here in England all the time. Sorry about that, old chap.
Don't you understand? Mr. Fogg is ruined because of this.
Quiet, Passepartout.
Fogg, what are you doing?
Why are you sitting in the dark, Mr. Fogg?
Since we got back to London last night, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Yes?
Had I won the wager, I planned to ask you to marry me.
Phileas?
But now I have nothing.
No. When a man is in difficulty, he needs another person close to him to share his troubles.
Mrs. Aouda?
Mr. Phileas Fogg, do you want me for your wife?
Yes. I love you. By everything that is most sacred in the world, I love you, and I am entirely yours.
Well, at least my watch is working again.
How do you mean? Your watch wasn't broken, was it?
You remember? It kept losing and losing and losing. You tried to explain it to me, but, well, it doesn't matter now because it's perfectly right. It is exactly 12 o'clock.
Passepartout, you are an idiot.
Thank you very much.
And you are a genius.
Phileas, what are you talking about?
Quick, we only have a few minutes.
Only 11 minutes left, gentlemen. I think we can consider the wager as won.
Don't be too hasty, Stuart. Fogg's a rum fellow.
Faster, cabby!
But I don't understand.
We traveled eastwards around the globe. For every degree we traveled, we gained 4 minutes.
So my watch seemed to be wrong.
And thus when we traveled all the way around the world,
we gained the whole day.
So we arrived back in England a day early.
He's lost.
He would have got here by now, surely.
I always said it was a mad venture. 1 minute.
Yes, the money's ours.
Fogg! Here I am, gentlemen.
I don't believe it.